The double life of my billionaire husband was a devastating truth I had to face. He kept his finances a secret from me and I never knew what he was up to. His true identity as a man with wealth was unknown to me and it came as a complete surprise. I was unaware of the extent of his fortune. His lavish lifestyle and expensive possessions were paid for with funds I was kept in the dark about. I felt betrayed and hurt by his actions. He had two separate lives, one for me and one for his social standing. He was a master of disguise and deception. He had a private jet and a world of luxury beyond my dreams. His possessions were bought with money kept hidden from me. I confronted him about his lies and deceptions, but he refused to answer any of my questions. He denied his secret finances. He had a high-end lifestyle filled with valuable art and antiques. His wine cellar was stocked with the finest wines from around the world. His payphone was always ringing and he was never available to answer my calls. He had a team of accountants and lawyers at his disposal. His chauffeur always drove him to meetings in chauffeured limousines. I was never told where he was going or who he was meeting. He had different bank accounts in various countries to hold his wealth. He was the perfect example of a man with a double life and double identities. My husband shielded his secrets from me with sophisticated techniques of deception. He had people at his disposal to help him cover up the truth. His offices were filled with private banking documents and legal papers. I was never allowed to enter and I was kept in the shadows. He had a sophisticated security team to protect him from prying eyes. His security system was top-notch and he had the latest technological surveillance measures in place. He wore wigs and dark glasses to disguise his identity. He even paid a body double to take his place in meetings and social commitments. Nobody knew about his double life, even his friends had no idea about his wealth and secret dealings. He was a master of hiding his money and keeping his secrets safe. He had an offshore trust fund which held the vast majority of his wealth. I was never allowed to have access to this fund and I was completely unaware of its existence. He created a false identity to act as a front for his money and investments. His activities were cleverly hidden to avoid suspicion. My husband had a web of contacts and business associates all over the world. He had powerful political connections in the government and business world. My billionaire husband used his power and influence to protect his wealth and invest in his endeavors. He kept his affairs tightly guarded and no one dared to challenge him. He had accounts in secret foreign countries and offshore banks to structure his investments. He was able to hide and protect his wealth from taxes and prying eyes. To the outside world, he was an enigma. Nobody knew the truth about his life. He was a silent partner in the business world and the ultimate power broker. He had businesses all over the globe and countless offshore and secret accounts. He had a way of hiding his money so that it would never be found. He had art collections and other expensive items which were never declared on his tax returns. He had secrets all over the world and I was the only one who knew. His secret investments were carefully planned and structured to avoid detection. He had a complex network of shell companies and offshore trusts. My husband had a sophisticated system of transfers and payments which were all off the books. He was the king of tax avoidance and had an answer to every question.